You're watching Let's Chat.
We are glad to have you here with us as we continue. It is Tuesday, and coming up next year, a very special anniversary for a very special group. That group being CADAS. You have heard of CADAS and the great work they do. We wanted to bring them in and let you hear all about what's going on. This is Mary Catherine Gentry, who is the Director of Development for CADAS. Good to see you.
Well, thank you, Chip. It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
So you've got a pretty sister, don't you?
I sure do, Melanie.
Her sister's one of our neighbors, married to Happy Huddleston. So
that's right.
Make sure and give Melanie our best.
I sure will, Chip. Thank you.
CADAS turning 60 next year.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yes.
How is the, what CADAS did initially was primarily just alcohol, and over the years, that mission has changed a bit. What do you treat now at CADAS?
So, you know, CADAS is the only nonprofit in Chattanooga with a continuum of care. And so CADAS treats everything from alcohol to drug addiction. We have an alcohol detox and also an opiate detox with a medication-assisted detox. And then, of course, our inpatient treatment center and our outpatient as well. Has
treatment for drug and alcohol gotten more difficult over the years?
You know, I don't claim to have a medical background. I'm in fundraising, but you know, the need has become greater.
Yeah.
And with the opiate crisis, with overdose being a national, a crisis,
right.
The need is greater.
And especially the need is greater for the services that CADAS offers getting into this time of year. The holidays, people are either celebrating too much or they're horribly depressed because they don't have anybody to celebrate with. And the holidays can be a very depressing time for a lot of people. And that in turn leads back to that downward spiral of addiction.
Sure.
And you've heard it before, the addiction will protect itself at all costs. And that's where CADAS comes in.
Yes.
Stopping that addiction, and by extension, stopping the spread of this, not just within the individual, but within the family as well.
Sure.
You guys have got a huge fundraiser coming up. I hope it'll be a huge fundraiser for you. You're doing a tour of homes, is that correct?
Yes, we are. Saturday, December the 2nd in Black Creek, in the Black Creek community. We're doing the holiday tour of homes. We have 5 homes that are going to be decked out for the holiday season for everyone to come and tour. And with all the several top catering companies in town are providing yummy samplings of their menus and all of the kitchens of all of the homes. Santa Claus will be there, and lots of other really great surprises that.
As we get closer and closer to that day, we will have you back and talk a little bit more about it and get kind of a few pictures to show you exactly what a treat you are in for. How do folks help CADAS on a month in, month out, week in, week out basis? Because what you're doing is expensive and it takes a lot to keep the doors open.
Yes, Chip, you're right. So, you know, CADAS is so blessed in that we get a lot of funding from state and federal grants.
Right.
However, there are many things and many of the programs that those grants simply don't pay for. So that's where people in the community can get involved through donations, through participating in an event. Local businesses can be sponsors for our events. Weekly giving, monthly giving. A lot of families include CADAS within their estate planning, which is a great idea.
Do you have a need for volunteers?
You know, always with the events. I have actually my precious mother. She'll love that I mentioned her on television. But my mom and several of her friends. I think she has recruited about 12 or 13 of her friends, and they're all going to help with this holiday home of tours. So. So these lovely ladies will be featured throughout each home, guiding everyone throughout the tour.
And Miss Gentry is a lovely lady.
She is,
miss your dad. He was certainly a stalwart of our community. Great, great guy.
A gentle
You come
giant.
from good stock, so you make sure and tell Melanie that Chipper says hey.
I sure will.
Find out more about how you can get involved with Mary Catherine Gentry, the great work they are doing at CADAS. Just check out the website. And as you can see there, they were awarded the Champions of Healthcare in community outreach in 2021. Help them continue that great work. Go to the website, CADAS.org. That's CADAS.org. We'll be right back after this with more Let's Chat.